Hi. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing the problem 23 minus 17 with using base 10 blocks. So I would use, for this lesson with any student, I would use the rods that come in my manipulatives set, and then I would also use the smaller units, and I would explain to them that in my mind the way that it works is more of like a part of a whole, so I think that this would work really well with a fraction lesson or a lesson on decimals, because that's how my mind understands these. And I mean, it works well with subtraction too, but I just think this would also be very beneficial for the other lessons that I mentioned. But I would explain to them that one rod is made up of 10 of these little guys, and that one of these is 1/10 of a whole of the entire base 10 block. So I think that, like, that would be a cool visual for them to be able to see that the one rod is made up of one section of the whole, and that one of these is made up of one section of a rod. So then they would be able to get that connection before you even start with the lesson. So for this lesson, I figured you could do it one of two ways. I would do it either using the 2 of the base 10 rods and 3 of the little units, so that, or for the extremely like hands-on, I need to see it, I need to touch it, I need to move it students, I would do 1 of the base 10 rods, and the rest would be like the very, very, very tiny. So I have a bunch of these little section off ones, because I went ahead and took the since it's 23 minus 17, I went ahead and got the 13 of the little ones. So then it would be 13 plus 10, 23. So I went ahead and made those like tiny, tiny, tiny ones, because I think that sometimes if you just had the 23 with the units and the 2 base 10 rods, I'm going to scoot this down so you can see it a little bit better. The 23, if you told them to take away 17, they'd be a little confused, because they'd be like, well, I have 13 here and I could take that away, but I still have another 10 and I need help because I can't, like, I don't know if they would want to break this, since it's made up of 10. So for that I mean, some kids would be able to be like, oh, well, okay, so I have 23 and I'm going to take away 17, so here's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm going to break that off, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. Some students might be able to do that, but for the students who can't, I figured, okay, I can one-up them, and we can just do it this way. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, so that's another 10, and then 23. So then I'd be like, okay, 23, and we need to minus 17. So we know that this is 10, so let's take away the 10. So I'd have them move the rod out of the way, so now we just have our little single pieces. So we just took away 10, and we need to take away 17, so how many more do we need to take away? Well, this is like a little section of 4, so I would just have them go ahead and take away that 4, let's just say, to make this a little quicker process. So 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, how many does that leave us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same process, just a little bit longer of a ways to get there, but that might be a little bit more beneficial for the ESOL students or the ESE students that need a little bit more, like, okay, I need to separate it, I don't want to count it out because it's more math, and it's a little bit more cognitively demanding, I think, if you do it the other way, where they're not able to have the little pieces readily available to move. So that is how I would do 23 minus 17 with base 10 blocks.